Welcome back, Jose.
Good to see you again.
For a second, I thought you were going to crack a smile.
Ha!
All right, next up are the USF Bulls. We're joined by head coach Jose Fernandez, student athletes Dulce Fancom Mengiadu and Elena Chineka. And coach, if you would please make an opening statement.
I'm just looking at here at the final stats. I guess overtime's not in there. No, I was really proud of a group. Got to give Marquette a lot of credit and the job that Megan's done with that program. Yeah, two very evenly matched teams today, and what a way to start the NCAA women's basketball tournament as the first game to go into overtime. Where we took our first lead down the stretch there with probably a couple minutes to go. With us offensively not playing and shooting the ball unlike we usually shoot it, but I'm really proud of our kids. The plays that we made defensively at the end of the game to finish it off. So this is what March Madness is all about, because your next game could be your last one for the season. And we have two seniors that are very, very talented, and the reason why our program's where it's at is because of them and what they have done on and off the floor. So it's great to have them continue their college basketball career, and also to have our underclassmen, because we do have 5 freshmen, experience this atmosphere and experience the NCAA tournament.
This time we'll open up for questions just for the student athletes. Would raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. Matt's got the first one.
Yeah, for both of you, I guess Elena first, but to trail this game for 36 minutes and then to come out with a win, just what does that say about the group you have around you?
It says a lot. It says that we just simply don't give up. We don't lose our confidence. We know what we're capable of, and for us to come back, it was big. So I'm very proud of this group.
Also, I would say we are very, very resilient. We didn't want this day to be our last day playing college basketball. So with everybody else, they made it happen.
Repeat.
Elena, how did you keep confident? You were having a bad shooting day, but yet you kept confident and made some really big plays down the stretch in this win.
Yeah, I have a bad shooting day, but it didn't faze me. I knew that I had to respond at one moment, and God will put me in situations that will challenge me, so I just had to believe and trust.
Let's go here to the middle.
Elena, down the stretch, there was a review on a possession, whether it went off of Rose and Kuma or not, and Marquette was huddled up with their coach, but you were huddled up with just your teammates. What were you guys talking about between just student athletes?
We were talking about every possible scenario. We just made sure that we have a good huddle so we can respond on any situation, either we would have the ball or not.
Go ahead, Matt.
For both of you again, but if it is South Carolina that you're getting in the next one, just have you had a chance to watch them at all this year, and what is it going to be like to try and hand them their first loss of the season?
Dulce?
It's going to be, they're the first team in the nation right now. It's going to be tough, but we believe in ourselves. We believe that we can do it. So, we'll see on the court.
Elena, an answer?
Oh, I completely agree with that. Yeah, they are the first team in the nation, but we also a very good team, and when we get together, we play like ourselves. We are capable of many, many things.
Pete?
For Elena, what were you thinking when you hit that jumper that put you guys up for good there at the end of overtime? And Dulce, you're on the foul line. They're trying to extend things. What were you thinking about as you were shooting those shots?
So I was thinking that I just had to contribute for the team. I didn't want to leave this game without having done nothing for the team to win. So I had to take responsibility.
Me, I was scared. Honestly, we up 1, and I have to make 2 free throws. Oof. I'm not usually in that position, so I did good, I guess.
go here in the middle.
So how does going through such a chaotic game like this help prepare you for the next game against South Carolina, presumably?
It can only give us confidence. I mean, we came back. We were losing by a lot at some point, and we came back. So that can only show us that we can believe for more stuff. Yeah.
I mean, we just have to keep believing. It was really chaotic, like you said, but at the end we made it. We just need to keep going.
Other questions for the student athletes? Y'all can go. Thank you. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
We'll open up for questions for Coach Fernandez. Pete's got the first one.
Jose, how did you keep your team confident and moving forward when things weren't going their way?
Well, I mean, and you asked a question for Elle. She had a very uncharacteristic night, but she's done. I've seen her do some really, really good things and some special things. And in that fourth quarter, even though she didn't shoot the ball well, we ran her on that ISO, that drive and that middle jumper. So, and when she hit the three, they had to help out on Dulce. So, those three guys, Sammy, Elle, and Dulce, we go as they go. So, as a coach, all you can do is, hey, you know what? Ball's not going in the basket. The one thing that you can control, you got to defend better. Go try and make some plays. And what I tried to do tonight, I think this gentleman here in the front brought it up. You get to this point, they hear my voice so much, they got to start talking, right? They got to start talking and coaching themselves too, and holding themselves accountable, on what to do and what not to do, and making sure that the same message I give them, they understand the message themselves.
Coach, that fourth quarter was really, flip of the switch for you guys. What'd you talk about in between the third and fourth frame?
I told them, hey, we're running out of time. We got 10 minutes to go. We were down 4 at half. We're down 6 going into the fourth. I go, the first 5 minutes are key. They're very, very important. And we needed to get the ball inside to Dulce, and try and move some stuff around where if she got doubled, the ball was going to get reversed to different places. I think the one kid that we didn't talk about, I thought Carla Brito as a freshman and today was the X factor the other day. Before we talked about it, I thought Carla had a very, very good game. The layup that she missed that she made on the action at both those elbows, that was a crucial. And what she had a big job in that fourth quarter having to defend Marotta, who was a very, very good basketball player. It's a shame that one team had to lose because it was a very, very even matchup. I think we're a very good basketball team, and so is Marquette. Look who they played in the non-conference. Look who they beat in their conference. So, sometimes, teams like Marquette and us, we don't get the respect that we deserve, and it shows in the seeding,
Matt?
A potential chance on Sunday to earn a lot of respect should it be number 1 South Carolina waiting for you. Just have you gotten a chance to watch them at all? What do you see in that group, and what kind of challenge would it be? I know you've played a lot of ranked opponents already this season, come out with some results, but
yeah, we have. I mean, you look at who we've played this year, it's going to be a different, probably the only environment that you can compare to that we played was at Texas this year and at NC State, right? But, our guys, Elle and Dulce, we've played Connecticut, Tennessee, Oregon. Last year, Stanford coming off winning the national championship. So I don't think we're going to be fazed by South Carolina. They're very, very good, but it's a great opportunity. Second round of the tournament, they are the number 1 team in the country. They've won a ton of games on the road, but look what's happened in the men's NCAA tournament. You had a 15 and a 14 win, right? So that's why you play the game, and they're very well coached. They're very talented. We're going to have to play exceptionally well. We're going to have to shoot the ball exceptionally well. And we're going to have to do a very, very good job in the paint and on the glass.
Go here in the middle.
Coach, overtime came. Liza and Chloe from Marquette fouled out pretty early on. How did that help you guys secure the win down the stretch?
Well, if you look at Marquette, they've only had one kid foul out all year, and that's Jordan King. One game. Neither of those two post players had fouled out. So when it went into overtime, probably some guys, they're a different team when they're not in the game or when one of them's not in the game. So what we needed to do was try and get the ball inside to Dulce, and they had to get a perimeter guy play the 4, and that's where Carla had that big drive. And we were able to then, on the offensive end, on the defensive end, switch 1 through 4, and Dulce was just able to stay with her guy.
Go here in the front.
So, Coach, having brought together such an international roster, how do you think that gives your team a unique advantage in the tournament?
A unique advantage? Well, it's a great experience for them, I think. I think it definitely helps us recruiting because a lot of our recruits are watching this game all over the world. So, our kids, especially the 5 freshmen that are all international, they've played basketball at the highest level. So I think the only thing difference is the crowd, how the game's officiated. But I think for the future of our program, this was a really, really good experience for our international players. For Ella and Dulce, they have an opportunity as well, on Sunday to play against a very good basketball team that's going to help, hopefully, their draft stock and, their professional aspirations. So, we got one day to prepare for them. They'll have one day to prepare for us. So we'll see.
Any other questions for Coach from the floor? If not, we do have Leo Haggerty. He's got his hand raised. Leo, do you have a question on Zoom?
Coach, can you hear me now?
There, we can hear you now, Leo.
We got you, Leo. What's up?
Coach, I counted at least 20 more gray hairs. It's all about survive and advance, isn't it?
Yeah, Leo. We tried to not make it too exciting. Those 2 sideline out of bounds where we're up 4, those hurt us a little bit because they had the jump ball and they made a good defensive possession and then went to review. But I was happy that when we went into overtime, we closed it out.
Coach, a quick follow-up to that. Elena does not have a good shooting night, yet she's not afraid to take that last shot in overtime and get you the win. How important is that for a shooter to just say, hey, keep letting it go?
Yeah, Elena's she's not afraid to shoot the ball, that's for sure. But you got to have, she's a kid that, she's put in the work, right? And she spent a lot of time in the gym. And for us, for her and for Sammy, the next shot's the most important one. But you know what? Even though she didn't have the night that she usually has, you got to have a great feel and a great confidence of yourself to step up and want to take those shots. Some guys, when they're not playing well, you know what? They freeze up. They're all just stand over there in the corner. They don't want the ball. And it shows that when the game was on the line, she wanted the ball in her hands.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck when you poke the bear Sunday.
Thank you, Leo. What do you say, poke the bear? Oh, man.
Yep.
All right, Leo.
We also have a question from Aaron Mama from the Oracle. Aaron?
Coach, first of all, congrats on a hard-fought win. I just wanted to talk to you about the progression of you guys as being able to create offense for one another as the game progressed. Only 1 assist in the first half, but talk about how that progressed as the game went forward and as you guys made your run.
Well, as far as sharing the ball, it was very uncharacteristic. Marquette took away a lot of driving lanes, and they clogged up where we couldn't. They took away middle a lot, side pick and roll, middle pick and roll. They made it difficult to get downhill. So I think I don't know if these stats are correct. Instead, we only had 4 assists. We averaged over 15, so I don't know. We threw the ball plenty of times to Dulce inside. She scored, so I don't know if that's correct or not. 4 assists, that's our season low.
And a follow-up to that, I wanted to also speak to Carla as well. You mentioned it, that she played a pivotal role in this game. Just speak to how big it is for her to have the game that she had on such big of a stage.
She had a great maturation. I mean, she had 15 points. She was 7 for 8 from the line, but she had a really tough assignment guarding a fifth-year senior on Marquette's team. So it's great for her to experience and be put in that situation today.
All right. Seeing no other hands, thank you, Coach, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Mike, 4 assists.